folks, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back. So, this is going to be the start of a new playlist that I've been pondering for some time, backwards and forwards, where on a Thursday I will do a global reading. It may be on just one event that's happened that week, that day. It may be on a few, okay, depending on what has come up. Obviously, I can't cover every global event because it's getting quite hectic out there at the minute. That global event could be political, it could be environment, it could be celebrity, it could be war, it could be royalty as well. Okay. But at the time of filming, I'm not planning on having a royal channel and going right down that rabbit hole again. We're just going to see how it goes with these steady away Thursday reads where we look at things. And it's not just going to be reading on any old thing. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. Also, as well, planning at the time of filming to look into doing historical reads again, looking at historic events. They're not just going to be all royal historical events, different historical events that we're going to look at, do a nice, good, meaty video on YouTube. So, as with everything, it's going to be take time to gradually build in, but that's where I'm at right now with it. Okay. Anything else I need to say? So whenever you come in to watch this video, there's going to be a playlist on here and it'll be something like global news read to something on my playlist section. So if that's your bag and that's what you're interested in, at the time of filming, I'm starting to build that up. So if that's all you want to watch, you go to that playlist and they'll all be there. I've been feeling this for a while and I enjoyed the inauguration stuff that we did with the cacao chats. And we'll also do stuff with the cacao as well, looking at different things. So we're not just going to be rigid, we'll be fluid with it, as in what we feel like doing at the time. So the list of stuff I've got today, I'm looking down there because that's my list, is Trump. First 2 weeks. I actually felt he's been in power for months. I was like, he can't have been in 2 weeks. I actually thought I was going to sit here today and go, what date is it? It's the 6th of February. I thought I was going to sit here and do the first month, but it's actually only 2 weeks. At the time of filming, we're then going to look at Prince Harry and the visa. Is it visa? Let me know in the comments. Germany apparently is ready for World War III. I might look at the Lucy Letby case. I'm not sure because we did that yesterday. I will do other reads on that, but I'm not just going to read obsessively on that. And we're going to have a look at the Kennedy family because that's all kicked off, honestly, hasn't it, this past few weeks? So if you see me ticking things off, you know how it works on here. I write things down and tick them off. So the cards that you will possibly see during this reading are the Golden Tarot by Kat Black. I'm also going to be using the Tarot Grand Lux by Cairo Marchetti. As and when we'll bring in an oracle card when I feel fit, or it could be an oracle card for us in relation to a subject. The Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. So get yourself a brew, put your feet up, put your phone down so you can fully concentrate on me. What are you joking? God, you don't have to get bossy. Anyway, let me get my pen ready so we can tick off. We're going to do Trump first. So, good God. Trump, the first 2 weeks. It's been an interesting one. So, pulling cards for presidents. Is there going to be two presidents? Why did I say president with an S? President Trump's first 2 weeks in power as of 2025, because he's been president twice, hasn't he? So showing me the energy around him being president. Show me the energy around his presidency, the first 2 weeks. Are we ready? What do you think first card's going to be? Chariot coming in, boom. Honestly, that's what I keep getting with him. It's like, boom. The other day, Gary came into me and said, "Oh, have you heard what Trump's done now?" And I was like, no. Honestly, it's like every single day. So it's like literally going for it. in like a Roman emperor style energy. It wouldn't surprise me if he's got past lives as Roman emperors. Any anyone know anything about famous Roman emperors that think that Trump could have been one? Let me know in the comments. We could look at that in a read. He's literally coming in and it's causing a huge, I mean, look at that depiction. I hold it up to the camera of the black and the white horse, literally like that. I know the chariot card is usually depicted where it's, having to balance the horses, but those horses are like literally, I mean, look at them. And that is causing huge discomfort, huge discomfort. Okay. We've got the lovers at the bottom. Okay. Choice, healing, interesting. Duality at the bottom as well. We'll do a clarifier on that if I remember. We've got the Queen of Cups as well, Divine Feminine. Just lining them up on my desk. We've got Eight of Wands, fast movement, fast energy coming in. We've got we've got Ace of Cups coming in, which is self-care and am I reading on Trump here? Which is self-care and nurture. Stay with me. And the Eight of Cups, look at that. Do you know how many cards I've got out? 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've also got the card of 5, 6, 7 of Pentacles here. Are we going to go to 8, do you think? Ace of Wands. And cleaning up, we've got the Five of Swords. So, controversial cards I weren't expecting. Wasn't. Let me know in the comment which word it should be. Weren't or wasn't. My feeling with the cards in front of me is, like with a lot of things in the world stage at the minute, is let it play out in the way that it needs to play out. There's a lot of fear mongering out there. There's a lot of fear mongering out there. There's a lot of also putting him on a pedestal. I don't agree in either. I don't agree in fear mongering around him. And I don't agree in putting him on a pedestal because I think he's here to shake the shit out of things. And I appreciate that the way a lot of that is happening is kind of scary for people. It's brutal in many ways. And I wonder if looking at these cards, do you know something? And I'm not calling Trump dark here, but when we're faced with something that we perceive as dark, or someone's actions are perceived as dark or are downright dark and scary, then that is the moment that we switch the light on. I know there's a lot going on in a lot of triggers every day, and I wonder, oh God, who was it that said to me? Oh, it was a little birdie that I live with. Said Trump and somebody else on the world stage, they're here to really show us our triggers, our vulnerabilities, our fears, to face them. And maybe there's something in this in relation to the change in energies here to really face. Have you ever had, face something that's you've always thought you'd never be able to get over and you faced it and you've come out of it a stronger way? That's what I feel collectively. And what I'm also feeling is, and this is something I've struggled with in the past in relation to certain people, is to stay out of the they've done this, they've done that, they've done this, they've done this, and actually see them as a human being. And it feels as though that's when you release yourself. It's not spiritual bypass and it's not toxic positivity, but it feels as though we're going to see a rise of gentleness with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. As we're delivered of this energy on the world stage, energy not just Trump, but the energy of chaos and fear and all of that, more and more people are going to be. I know it doesn't look like this, but I feel this, and I know many of you will feel this, that many people are coming into their hearts. And I remember thinking this when he came in, when they said about him suppressing this and suppressing that and women and all that kind of stuff that came up with it, that actually one of you put in the comments about, and I quoted this a lot, so thank you for that comment. Comments are important. when I did the Hitler channeling, where you said there was a famous quote that you'd read or heard where, who was it that came in to teach us about love? Was it Hitler or Jesus? And I'm getting that similar vibe here. Often we think that someone's going to come in and teach us about love and unity, that they're going to be love and light, but actually they could be the opposite. And you're not going to see that. You're not going to be given that on the news or on social media. You'll see little, depending on what you're following in your algorithm, it's not going to be fed to you on a plate like a lot of the fear porn is out there at the minute. But there is going to be a rise up of this more gentle energy. And it feels as though, however his presidency ends, there will be some cups spelt. There will be some, whoa, that was huge. What the shit just happened there. But there's also going to be a new dawn coming in. There's a new dawn coming in. Interesting. I might research my Roman emperors after this. I don't know much about Roman history, you see. Um, Show me Trump's energy as president at this time. Show me Trump's energy as president at this time. I do like tarot as a tool because you can often come to a reading feeling anxious about something. And if you just breathe and let the cards show you something, they can actually be quite a calming tool. They can also be a truth bomber at times when they'll show you stuff you're like, I don't want to see that. Um, Show me his energy as a president at this time. King of Wands. He's literally is the fiery president. He's not going to take shit off anybody. He's going to do it his way, whether you agree with it or not. He's got lifetime after lifetime behind him as well. He's almost fearless. There's something here as well with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom. Could say this could be Baron. I do keep getting drawn to Baron for some reason. But let me do a clarifier on that one. Clarifier for the Page of Pentacles. There's also something with this one you can also say as well, the new leaders of the future coming in. I'm not saying Trump's one of them, but it feels as though I wonder if we're in the last energy of the leaders of divisiveness, if that makes sense. Page of Pentacles clarifier, please. Four of Wands, dropping the burden at the bottom of the deck, needing to drop the burden. The old ways needing to go, the old ways of doing things, the old ways of doing politics, the old ways of doing life, the old ways of voting, the old ways of running countries, running the world, making way for something new. And I'm hearing the words, this has been inevitable, that we're going to have to go through this cycle. And it's going to be like a lot of things in history. I'm talking about it in a perspective of looking back, that we are the poor people. That will not understand this fully until, even now, they're looking back into Henry VIII and so on and so forth, and new stuff's coming in, new perspectives coming in, new minds coming in, being able to see things. And it's almost, that's the beauty of history, isn't it? You can go back and see a new perspective. So stop messing about, Claire. Let's do a read for people watching in relation to the 2 weeks and guidance of how to navigate these challenging times that I call the gift that keeps on giving. So, guidance for those watching in relation to President Trump at this time. To get on with it. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Cups at the bottom. Go into your heart. I've been taking a lot of the cacao recently and drinking it. It's helpful. And if you're struggling, oh, my internet went funny then. Am I plugged in? Yes, I am. If you're struggling with the energies, cacao is a great. I've got a playlist called Cacao Chats. Go and watch that. Learn about cacao because that can be a great thing for the heart opening. Because often we can look at the world through ego and fear, when really it's about Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups is self-care and nurture, self-care and nurture, self-care and nurture. And Three of Pentacles, when the world feels dark or is dark or going through a dark cycle or what we perceive as dark, rather than stay in there, go out and create something of light. So it's a time of creating something, but also as well not allowing ourselves to be manipulated, to step out of this. There's this restrictive energy here. People are feeling betrayed. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit people because people are hurting. People are frightened. People are scared. People are exhausted. And I think that needs to be, as a reader, I think that needs to be recognized. There's no point coming on here and saying, you should be feeling like this, you should be doing this, when people are hurting. And I think it's important to say people are hurting. This isn't all unicorns. There's some big things being hit daily at the minute. Okay. And Queen of Swords, and having to decide what we're going to listen to and what we're not going to listen to. And actually, in a time when you feel suppressed, this is actually a time to rise up and be seen. That's interesting. I've also got, in a world where we're talking about truth and not being suppressed and censorship and all of that, we also have to allow other people that moment. Interesting. Whether we believe them or not or follow it. 5 of coins here as well. So energy coming in. We'll do one more card. We'll do 2 more card. Page of Swords. There's a lot of swords here. Toxicity. There's a lot of there is a grief out there. There is a grief out there, but there's also here. This is the 2 of Cups, which is the 2 of Cups, the man and the woman, cup at half, facing each other. It's the card of reflection. So this is hurting. Many people are scared, but all is not lost, and that this is actually a time to come into oneself to create something better. Right. Oh God, this video is going to go on and on and on. A card for those watching in relation to President Trump. A card for those watching. Then we're off into Hazza. She's off back into royal stuff. I'm not doing it like I did last time. Truth. Truth. And embracing. So coming back to community, not allowing yourself to be placed in decisive energies. Truth. So what does that card say to you as a human being? Let's do another one, and then we'll go into Harry. And taking risks. That reminds me of the eagle of the US. That is the US energy. And this is, I'm not saying that Trump is sat there as a conscious human saying, I'm coming to change. I mean, well, actually, he thinks he's changing America. But at an energetic perspective, there will be changes that will come from this that will rumble on for years and years, lifetimes. And that maybe this is the wake-up call that America needed to come back to its ancient roots, its roots of ancient spirituality. Right. Which deck am I using for Harry? I'm drawn to the Golden Tarot for Harry. So at the time of filming, Harry's visa is back in the court. So don't ask me about the technicalities of it. So Harry and his visa. Show me the energy around Prince Harry and his visa. Woo! Wow. The Fool came out like that. So it's a transitionary period for Harry. This was the leap of faith he thought he was going to get. He thought he was going to go to, as anybody does, whether you're Harry or anybody else, think you're going to go to a new country, a new start. But it feels as though, for Harry, as though he's never really been able to embrace it fully, because there's always been something there in the background hanging over him. And this may be going into his future plans work-wise. So Prince Harry and his visa. 9 of coins. I'll just tell you what they are and then we'll read them after. I swear we're back. We've landed again. Every time I read on him. King of Wands. Henry VIII. Oh, yeah. When he did that thing with the newspapers a couple of weeks ago, he got that apology for Diana. I was like, you know what? There's only There's only someone that had that energy in him that could have done that. He is fearlessness. Fearlessness. He's fearless. That's the word, isn't it? Because of that past life energy. Nearly every time I read on him, he gets that. The King of Wands, the Fiery King, the Red King. Um, so he's got that king energy. And like with all our past lives, that can't be taken away from you. Um, that feels like a young Henry VIII, though. The young Henry VIII, the young Henry VIII before life went. I mean, I'm at the minute reading. I've started the Six Tudor Queen series and I'm on Catherine of Aragon. And this is another reason why we're sat here having this conversation right now because I was like, I'm getting right back into this shit again. Please, God, help me. I'm only joking. Um, it's fascinating watching that and watching it play out in the modern current incarnations. So yes, we've got that at the bottom. So it'll be something else he'll fight. It doesn't feel like he's ever going to go quietly, but I don't think we'll ever see. I wonder if he'll ever step into the old tyrant that Henry became. When Henry was young, when he was the young, handsome king of Christendom, the prince of Christendom, and all of that, it's this energy that he needs to start embodying, not the one that he became as he became older in that previous incarnation. We got there in the end. Yeah, two of coins energy. It's all very like that. The infinity sign, it's meant to be straight and solid, but it's all over the place. Even that's got like a vibe of the old Tudor Henry. No, it wouldn't have been Henry Tudor. It'd been Henry VIII as a prince with his red hair. He's really having to cleanse that lifetime. Really having to cleanse that lifetime. Um. Oh, and I know there's always a boat on it, but the boat, the sea, it is in the air of whether he has to come back. Like I said, timelines can be fluid. It'll take just one different choice to collapse a timeline. Page of Cups, the Dreams. Again, look at that. Tudor vibe. There's a reason why I was going to use this deck, because look at these Tudor vibes we've got here. Looks like a Richard III type hat or that Henry VIII type hat they used to wear. Maybe I should buy one of these for these. Shut up, Claire. The hopes and wishes, his dreams. There's this thing coming in. Also, as well, the indulgences of youth. One of the things that came to me this morning was we've all been there, done that, not taken drugs, but we've all said and done things in our past that we wish we'd not. And why is that not recording? No, it is recording. Woo. So there's the era of youth here. We've got the Queen of Wands, which we know that is his wife, Meghan, Queen of Wands. She always gets the Queen of Wands. They always come in. Obviously, Queen Anne Boleyn, Red Queen, as in the Fiery Queen. Um, how many cards we've got here? One, two, three, four, five. Oh God. The Lover's Choice and Healing, because we know that they've come in for this experience to heal it. One more card. And the King of Cups as well. That gives me Alfred the Great vibes, that. Not that I know Alfred the Great personally, but you know what I mean? No, it's not. Oh God. No, it's not him. It's another one. Oh, this is going to be stupid, this Kings of England, but who does he name him in the comments now? Is it King Stephen? Just bear with me. Kings of England. Oh God, this is going to take forever. Kings of England. Oh, ooh, no. What was it? Is that it? Oh, they all look similar. Who was that? Who was it? See what I mean? But they've all got that. Who was he? Who was this king? Henry the First. Did we do a reading on? See, there's another one that looks similar. They all look similar, but let's not name it. But didn't we say in one reading that Henry the First was possibly Earl Spencer? Anyway, get to the reading, Claire. This isn't a history lesson. The Hermit, going under the radar, deep thinking. It's all this stuff comes up and comes up and comes up. Every time things feel as though they're going well or that they're moving out of something, something comes into Have I just, no, I haven't. I thought I'd wire out. Something comes in to rattle the cage. Um, Talks with other people. Could be his officials, could be palace officials, could even be his dad or even William. So that King of Cups could be Charles, it could be William. Um, how would that even play out? Too many cards. So let's have a look. Is he going to get deported back to the UK? What card? What do the cards say for that? Remember that timelines can collapse at any point. So, is he going to end up getting deported back to the UK in his current lifetime due to what he put on his visa? Let's be specific. Is he going to end up getting transported back, sent back to the UK? Three of Wands. The Five of Wands at the bottom. There's a fight. There's a battle here. This could represent the royal family with the castles. Gives me Windsor vibes. Does it you? Um, Three of Wands. I'll explain that to you. The Three of Wands is when he's looking out towards sea and a ship comes in. So Two of Wands is when you've got the world in your hands and you're manifesting. You've got your Two of Wands there and you're manifesting. So this is stuff. It's like anything, there was a lot of stuff in that book that was, it was an honest memoir. His honest story, what he felt was honest. But there was a lot of stuff in there that's going to come home to roost. So it's not going to be easy for him. He'll have to fight his case. Ooh, I've got two cards there. King of Wands again. He's going to have to do it, but like I've said before, he's not one that's going. He's not a shrinking violet. Um, I wonder if as well that a lot of the people he's up against or in these courts and stuff, I'm not going to name them because there'll be loads of them. They've all come together from those lifetimes to have this out, to clear it. Um, People that maybe wanted to bring Henry VIII down, want to bring Harry down, people he wanted to bring down, and on all of that, like a lot, like what's going on with us. Nine of Coins, there's money here. Come back to that in a minute. Seven of Cups, again, it's an illusionary energy around this. There's a lot going on here that we don't get to see. It's not going to be a simple thing, it doesn't feel. Um, There's also a feel here something with finances and maybe not having the finances to fight. Um, the Sun, the Joy, Ten of Swords, Betrayal. How many got out? One, two, three, four, five, six. Would you eight? Wheel of Fortune, another fated event. And honestly, it's like I've never been away. The Empress. So Diana, the Empress, the mother. Also, the Empress card is the creator. Um, the continuous mother wound that's there, that possibly will be there for some time. I've got too many cards out. Help me now. Um, Guidance from his mother as well. Guidance from his mother in spirit. Guidance from other female relatives in spirit. I'm also getting that we do this without even realizing it anyway, whether you're a prince or a pauper. Okay. Um, you can carry on your parents' karma. We can pick up our parents' stuff. We can pick up like say for example, take it away from Prince Harry. Say if your mum fell out with great Aunt Barbara, Barbara's back. So your mum fell out with Aunt Barbara because Aunt Barbara used to trigger her. So your mum dies, and I'm going to tell Barbara straight and that kind of thing. So you then carry on mum's. So there's a lot of that here. There's also the energy of there's a breaking news coming up on my phone. There's also the energy of, well, no, not really that. There's also the energy of Diana, his mother, the mother wound, creating something. There's a feeling here that he just wants peace. He just wants to. There's almost like he's willing to fight it, but there's also this exhaustion with him. There's also up and coming Invictus games. It is Invictus, isn't it? Invictus games that's coming. Um, I'm wondering as well with the Wheel of Fortune if this is all blown up, but then it flows away and disappears, that we never really find the outcome. Oh, that's the wrong deck. Trump and Harry. Trump and Harry. Be interesting to know the connection between Trump and Harry um, in a past life. Ooh. Will Trump get rid of? Let's just keep it simple. Trump get Harry out of the US. Two of Wands. Now, where was it? We've got the Three of Cups at the bottom here. Again, partying. So this is very, very simple. Three of Cups is the party card. It's the three women with the cup of wine having a rave up to the universe. We got the Three of Wands, which is receiving. So Trump possibly, allegedly, wink, wink, link, and all that. I'll have to remember to get into that a bit again. Will try his best. There's going to be something here. This is somebody that, he's got the sea, obviously, UK. I nearly said Ireland then. Could have moved to Ireland, but Ireland's part of, anyway, it's not a geography lesson. So these two cards coming in together, definitely going to give it a good old try to get him out. Does he succeed? Does he succeed? Is there a timeline where he succeeds? Does Trump succeed in? As I'm asking that, I'm being shown Charles. There's something here with Charles. So King Charles saying something or out of respect to Charles. Um, maybe not. Do you know what I mean? So does Trump succeed in getting Harry out of America? Strength, Four of Wands, which can be a celebration. Queen of Swords, which can be cutting ties and liberation. The butterfly flying off kind of thing. Death and rebirth we've got here. It's the final code. Ooh, sorry, I've knocked my laptop then. And justice. So, depending on how you view justice, you could say justice is Harry being able to stay and live with his family in America safely. You could say justice could be coming to the United Kingdom and whatever. But justice. Final, yeah, Page of Wands for Harry. Harry feels like he's not just going to ever stay in America, though. Future for Harry in relation to this thing with the visor. Let me know in the comments. Can you remember that reading I did on here where, oh God, comments blew up as usual, where I said something like, it was reading on the chum, and I said, did I call them chulmundalays? And it was Chumley. Now, there's a thing with the United Kingdom where, like, Althorpe, spelled Althorpe, is actually Altrop. A lot of the names are spelled like, I don't know, marzipan, but it's not, it's marzina panidida. Something like, honest, that's just an example, by the way, a poor one. Well, I didn't realize, I thought it was Cholmondeley, and it's actually Chumley. Anyway, so what's going to be the outcome of this for Harry? The final outcome, whether he's in the UK or not. It's a tower moment. So there's a tower and there's Ace of Wands. So there's a lot of fiery energy here, a lot of anger, something coming in to cause a shock. It doesn't feel as though, it feels as though even if he stays in America, he's always going to have that hanging over him. And the Chariot, again, movement, moving forward. One more card, and then we're going to move on. Five of Coins, which is where you're kept suppressed. I don't know how that works in America, whether you'd be able to suppress someone. I don't think they're going to put him into prison. I don't think it's a prisonable offence, so I'm not saying that. But Five of Coins can be when something comes in of our own making, or that we feel suppressed, that we feel we have to watch what we're saying, what we're doing. I don't know if he ends up where he has to, the words kowtow. Do you know what that means? It means like playing a game with someone or not being able to, you just got to kowtow to somebody. Interesting. Too many cards. God, time's knocking on. Should we nip this out with me sorting out knocking laptops? A card for Harry. A card for Harry. A card for Harry. Prince Harry. Relaxation, needs to take a holiday, needs time out, opportunity beckons. He's got it within his energy. I'm feeling that there's always going to be opportunity for him. Um, right, so we're going to tick that off. And we're just going to briefly look at this thing with Germany and World War, whatever they're planning on next. So, Germany. Should we go into a new deck? No, we'll stay with this one. We'll give the deck a rest. So, Germany, 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 Germany. What's their energy behind this Germany planning for a war? Show me the energy behind this piece of news. Show me the energy behind this piece. The world is, whether we like it or not, in a very fragile place. There's lots of angst out there, lots of anger, lots of border issues, historical issues as well, I'm feeling. Lots of people wanting power. Ace of Swords. Is Germany cleansing something from their past? That, how we cleanse things, we can go into action. So, truths coming up. The truth is that the world is in a very precarious place right now. Very similar card to Trump. This is a closing down of old cycles. We're having to purge all of this stuff out so that we can enter something else like a new earth type energy. The world is in a purge, and how we purge a client, a patient, a client will come in, and you'll either vomit, you'll sick up your energy, or you'll diarrhea it, or it'll come out in sweat and feelings, or a family, and this is going to come on to my next one, will purge all generational stuff. So there'll be arguing and fallings out until someone says, let's not do this anymore. Let's learn. And that's how you purge and cleanse. So it feels as though that's what Germany is going through now. We're having to purge this need for war. Some people like a good war, believe it or not. We're having to bring it all up so it can be seen, so that we can then move forward to something else. Ace of Wands, to burn this fiery energy out of humanity, this old stagnant energy, so that we can embrace something else. There's also money going here with some of these articles, energy being fed, not energy, well, yeah, information being fed type thing, needing to balance ourselves when we see an article like that, not to go into, yes, you can feel it, and, but then you come back to yourself. So coming back, there's something here with money that's interesting. And, Knight of Cups is the wish. So very similar to Trump in as far as there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of divisive energy, coming back to yourself, not going into fear. But also not pretending that the world is perfect. And look at that unicorn jumping around the room. He lives here, you know him. So, a card for people watching in relation to Germany's news. Enlightenment. Blessings. Enlightenment and blessings, dear ones. Don't come off your path. Whatever your path of enlightenment is, be it getting your craft stuff out and having a brew, be it surrounding yourself in crystals, be it taking your dog for a walk, be it going out to the seaside with your grandkids. Whatever your enlightenment is, keep doing it. This is also about enlightenment. When the world goes dark, it's time to switch the light on. And stillness, finding stillness. I don't know what video it was. Maybe it was a Trump video I did with that cacao chat where I said about having a toolkit, an energetic toolkit of things that we pull in when when we hear bad news type things, or we're going through personal things, bringing in things that can help us navigate that, coping mechanisms that are healthy and thrive. It's a time to thrive. Don't stop your dreams. Don't go into fear and embrace happiness, embrace fun, have a laugh with your friends, watch some old, comedy things, that kind of thing. Right. I'm not going to do Lucy Letby again because we did that yesterday, but I will read on that. But the Kennedy family, eh? Bloody hell. Like EastEnders, that lot. Right, so Kennedy family, we know who they are. They're the family in America, President Kennedy's family. Um, what's not going on? They're all kicking up right off with each other. Jack Schlossberg, which is JFK's grandson, is going wild on the internet. A lot of what he's putting out there is not healthy. I know he's got his concerns and he's a right to feel what he's got to feel, but to do what he's doing is, whoa, it's wild. Caroline Kennedy has done a speech. She has a right to do a speech. She has a right as a family member to do a speech. Doesn't matter whether you believe her. She's a right to use her voice. But there's all kinds of infighting going on. There's things coming out about RFK Jr. And one of the things I felt last week, it was last week, when it was all kicking right off, was I was shown Joe Kennedy Sr., which was like the patriarch of the family, and the density that he held, and obviously passed down because he was a force to be reckoned with in his when he was alive, and the family are having to purge it. The Kennedys hold a lot of denseness, like many families. This isn't just about a Kennedy. This is about all families that are having to purge it, and all of this stuff's having to come out. It's stuff that's been brewing for years, and when a family has had power at different times, it it's interesting. So show me the energy of the Kennedy family at the time of filming. Just what I've said. Sweetie Pie is the world and the strength, breaking away from those old patterns, birthing something new, having to purge dense energies, having to purge their fears. Um, That's interesting. When I look at that woman in there, it gives me Caroline Kennedy vibes. And in a family that's been very patriarchal and very masculine, male presidents, Joe Kennedy, and in a family where the women have been suppressed, they have. Who was the Kennedy daughter that was put in an institution? Let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to hear your views on it. Um, she's a woman rising in a family of, strong masculine energy. So being allowed and giving her the space to do that doesn't have to, you don't have to believe in what she says or whatever. But actually, that is actually showing us that the evolution that's coming in. Yeah, okay. Temperance, we know there's a lot of addiction stuff coming around and learning balance of emotions. King of Coins energy, King of Coins. I'll come back to it if I remember. If I forget, don't hold it against me. Five of Cups, addictions. Didn't RFK June? Well, yeah, it is. God, it does my head in. It's the same with our kings and queens. There's that many Alberts, Edwards, Henrys. If I get it wrong, it's fine. But there's a lot of addiction stuff coming up. I wonder if King of Coins could be Trump. Let's keep pulling. The Hermit. There's a lot gone on here that we do not know about. There's a lot of old bitternesses that we don't know about. We're trying to look at it through our lens of the information that we've garnered on the internet, but actually the family members, the actual people that have grown up in this area, they've gone through a lot more and they've seen a lot more than we realise. There also is a vulnerability with RFK Jr. God, like if I call him RFK, don't get triggered. There is a vulnerability there, possibly an exploitation of Trump. Wonder if Trump's possibly using him. Well, one, two, three. We'll keep pulling. We'll come back to it. Eight of Cups closing down a cycle. Somebody walks away. Do I? Ace of Swords cutting through the BS, cutting through their own BS. Seeing the truth of that family as well, seeing the truth that, we can all idolize certain people, but seeing them more as humans rather than icons. Humans having a human experience and the Empress. Um, Creation. Right, let me do a King of Coins. King of Coins clarifier. King of Coins clarifier. We do have to be careful of putting famous people on pedestals. Now, they may be bringing some good into the world, or they may be trying to bring some knowledge up, but there feels as though, especially in the spiritual community, there's way too many people still putting global figures on pedestals, and that's not the new earth energy. You can admire someone, get inspiration and hope and enjoy following somebody, but when we really think they are here to save us, they are coming to do something, we go into dodgy territory because it feels as though there's a vulnerability there. So King of Coins clarifier. Yeah, it's health card at the retreat. Four of Swords at the bottom. Let's keep pulling. And the burden. I'll pull one more card. Seven of Swords, trickery. Let me, because I've got them next to each other on my table. I've got the King of Pentacles and I've got what I said reminded me of RFK Jr. There's you see, I think that there is a light within RFK Jr. because you can see it in his eyes. He's got these beautiful blue eyes, but there's also that's it. He's got the what's it called hat on thingy, religious. I'll call it a religious hat. But there's also this is still there. Now, any addict, there's always going to be something there of vulnerability, and if it isn't channeled correctly, it can be exploited. So let me do a clarifier for Five of Cups. King of Cups, leader energy, the Fool. They're all playing their role, part of. It's a hard one because I don't want to be the type of those RFK's here to wake us all up, and because I believe there's a vulnerability there with RFK Jr. Um, but they're all playing a role in the awakening, all of them. Caroline, coming forward as the divine feminine in a very masculine orientated family, allowing the family to purge, not idolizing the family. Coming back to self, what in the Kennedy family has been reflected in my family. That I know from client sessions, there's a lot of infighting going on in families. A message for how will this end for the Kennedys? How will this end for the Kennedys? How will this go forward? The Lover's Choice Healing. The Lover's Choice and Healing coming forward. And we've got the Nine of Coins, which is self-confidence. And again, the rising feminine energy, a gentler way of being. And this doesn't matter whether you're male or female. We'll do two more cards. Three of Cups. There's all their addictions within the family as well. I wonder if Caroline knows a lot more about RFK Jr. that is concerning in relation to him having a leadership role. Ten of Swords, backstabbed and betrayed. How do you then hold that information? Do you give it to the world? It's a difficult one. There's no easy answers in any of this. Does Caroline have any information on more that she's not actually disclosed? The Magician. Five of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, she's using her tools on the table to bring about some. Oh, God, yeah, that thing. I mean, it's her statement, not mine. But that thing about putting the animals in the food dispenser, sorry, just when I saw I wasn't going to go there in this video, but when I saw the animals and I was like, oh, that reminds me of that thing that she said he put the animals, the chickens and things in the food, not this food dispenser, the masher thing. Claire. Yeah. So everybody has a past, but it's how we've channeled that past. And is that past going to be a concern to the future? Is that past something that can be channeled and healed and released? Is that past going to affect a role? Have in shamanism, you get faced a lot of inner dark to face it and heal it so it doesn't come up and mess your life up. So how if that because that is dark, putting chicks in a food processor is hard. It is dark. I don't care what you say. Has he cleansed that and released that? Because if he's not, if he has, and it's going to give him the wisdom to go forward, perfect. But if he's not, if that's a bit of sadism that's still there, that's not channeled right anyway. Onward. Camelot energy. Again, that Camelot energy of turning them into the Knights of Camelot and all of that kind of stuff. Page of Coins. I'm also feeling as well there's infighting jealousy, and I wonder if that's been there a lot with possibly Jack Slosberg's holding. I don't agree with what he's doing. A lot of what he's putting on there is really weird stuff. But I think I can get, but I can also get why he's doing it because, you know, but there's also a jealousy there. They're a strange lot, aren't they? Interesting though. So, a card for the Kennedy family. If you're watching, this card's for you all. Oh, you see, look at this. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. They need to work on forgiveness. All of them. There's a lot of bitterness there, possibly bitterness that's been passed down via grandfathers, fathers, but they need to reach higher and go into forgiveness. Possibly that thing with Caroline hurt her. As a woman, I know there's other things about Caroline that she may have had an affair and all of that, but as a woman or witnessing all of that, but it's about forgiveness. And maybe that's what they're all having to learn with each other. Let's pull another card. And power and how we use our power. And, the right use of power and new beginnings. And that, my friends, is where we're going to leave this reading because I need to go make my soup. Homemade soup for lunch. Let me know in the comments what you're having for lunch or tea or whatever snacks. Thanks for watching. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video, which I think is going to be a daily tarot type thing. That's not really a daily tarot because I don't do them on a day. Anyway, if you want more of these, go to my playlist and I will see you in the next one. Bye.